Not even here, I'm just looking for something where I will listen to them.
Howdy! Today's today, but a few days ago was a few days ago, and I'm going to talk about that. I recently went to Lincoln City, Oregon with my family, which is a beachy, resorty, small town kind of town. I filmed a lot of the stuff we did, and much of it isn't that interesting to talk about or anything, but here's a bunch of it playing in the background for you. These people are mostly my family, as well as my girlfriend of 2 years, Lake. One of the first things that struck me while on the trip was the house that we stayed in. It was a really nice house, but perhaps too nice. As such, I've created a comprehensive list of all the crazy amenities that this rented beach house has. 4 bathrooms, many large comfy beds, a balcony barbecue, as well as a balcony to go with it, a fireplace with a fleet of chairs, an entire playset, and so many games! However, most of our time at the beach was spent outside of the house, unless you count time sleeping, which probably you really shouldn't count. For example, the first thing we did at the beach was to go to the beach, which makes a lot of sense considering the symmetric quality of their particular synecdoche. Now, I'm not a huge fan of water, so I mostly stayed away with my conveniently fragile camera and filmed the rest of my family enduring the barrage of tides and just constant, painful, cold, salty ocean. Another thing we did was to go to the Tillamook Cheese Factory, a consistently overrated tourist destination in Oregon, which, despite being consistently overrated, never really disappoints me. Cheese, 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 cheese. We also checked out a nearby Agrariopolis? I'm not really sure what it was, as it had animals and plants and stuff, but also wines and sauces to sample and things, and I don't know what to call it, because it didn't really seem like a farm, or a ranch, or petting zoo or anything, just a nice place. Overall, I think this was a really worthwhile trip, and I've been thinking a lot about why. I feel like there's a lot of hubbub over whether things are worthwhile or experiences, and both have merits, to be sure. However, I've historically preferred things. They're permanent, they're solid, and they're usually pretty nice to have. I think part of my reason for feeling that way is that memories have always felt really ephemeral or temporary, like it wasn't really worth spending my time or money on them, and I'd eventually just forget about it altogether. I thought about that a lot when looking at all the fog that was all over Lincoln City, basically the entire time we were there. You can only see things that are near you when you're in a fog, a little bit behind you and a little bit in front. And that kind of felt like how I felt about memories, that they wouldn't matter soon enough. I would just forget anyway. But now I feel better about all that. Stronger, even. What's different about this trip is that I recorded a lot of it. And for the first time, I have this thing that I can hold on to that'll help me keep these memories. And as I move into the foggy future, I'd really like to start being able to clear away the foggy past. Hopefully making videos will help me out with that.